Hello students, today we are going to start a geometrical topic named as lines and angles. Now in this topic you will be learning the basic geometrical concepts. Some of the concepts which you have learned previously and some of the concepts which you will be learning in this topic. Okay, so what are the various definitions of line segment, ray, angles, whereas adjacent angles, complementary angles, supplementary angles. Also you will be looking at what is an linear pair angles. Also whenever there is a two parallel lines and it is intersected by a transversal, so what different types of angles are formed and so on. So there are actually some concept learned previously and some of the new concept which you will be learning in this topic. And all of these geometrical concepts which you will be learning in this topic, lines and angles, they are very important for your next classes. The same topic, lines and angles, is included in 7th standard, 8th standard, 9th standard also. So in each new section you will be learning some more concepts of the same topic. Okay, so now let us begin with the basic concepts which will be included in this section. So first of all, let us see what is the definition of a plane. Yes, what is a plane? Definition of a plane. Now this is the figure for a plane, right? Now why is it called a plane? Because whatever are the different points included, these all will be considered in the plane. So from this, what could be the definition of plane? It says set of all points. It says a set of all points on a flat surface is called a plane. Okay, so this is a flat surface, so all the points which are present on this flat surface are included in the plane, right? Next one, point. Now what is a point? Yes, it does not have length and breadth. Yes, now as you know what is length. Yes, so if I draw a line like this is a length, and what will be its breadth? So its thickness is called the breadth. Now in case of a point, it doesn't have a length and nor it has a breadth. Okay, and hence point is also called as zero dimensional. Zero dimensional, why? Because no length, no breadth. Now let us look at a line. Now what is a line? Yes, a line which does not have any end point. Okay, so it does not have any end point. Also, hence it can be extended on both sides. Yes, see, whenever you are drawing an arrow for a line, it means you can extend this on either side for whatever distance you want. Okay, and hence it is called a line. What if I write a line segment? Yes, whenever you are writing a line segment, it will have two endpoints. Okay, as you can see, I have made 2 points, which means I cannot extend this on either side. Line segment means one which has a fixed length. Suppose I say draw a line segment of 5 centimeter. So 5 centimeter, it has a fixed length. And what does statement I said? I said a line segment. I cannot say draw a line of 5 segment. No, it is not a right statement. It should be draw a line segment of a 5 centimeter. Why? Because line segment has endpoints, whereas a line does not have endpoints. Okay, so this is the difference, and hence a line segment is one dimensional. Why one dimensional? Because it has a length. Yes, whenever a geometrical figure has a length, it is called one dimensional. If it does not have length, neither breadth, then it is called a zero dimensional, as we have seen with respect to point. So point, line segment. After that comes Ray. Now what is a ray? From the figure, can you tell me the definition? It says which has only one endpoint. See, as you can see, I have drawn a point at the starting, whereas on the other end I have drawn an arrow. So whenever I am drawing an arrow, I could extend it for any length. So a ray is one which has one endpoint. Okay, having one endpoint is called as a ray. After that comes the definition for an angle. Yes, what is an angle? The figure I am drawing. So what did I do? I draw two rays, isn't it? This was my first ray and this was my another ray. Yes. So what could be its definition? An angle is formed when two rays have one end point, isn't it? I have drawn two rays. The end point of first ray was this one, and for the second ray also I have started, or I have drawn the ray from this point itself. What does it mean? It means both the rays are having one end point. As the definition of ray says, a ray is something which has one end point, and in case of an angle, it is formed when two rays having one end point, right? Or from one end point two rays are originating, and whatever is formed, it is called as an angle. Okay. Further, the definition of intersecting lines. Yes, from the name itself you can tell me what are the intersecting lines. Lines which intersect each other. Okay, now they could be intersecting in any form, but the condition says the two lines has to be intersecting each other, then they are called as intersecting lines. Whereas what could be the definition of parallel lines? Yes, parallel lines are lines which do not intersect each other. See, even though I have drawn a line, I didn't draw a line segment, I have drawn two lines, and if you extend it on either ways, yes, even though they will never ever intersect each other, right? So parallel lines are actually the inverse of intersecting lines. Parallel lines which do not intersect each other. There is one more definition of parallel lines. It says the perpendicular distance between two lines always remains same. See, whatever is the distance out here, even if you measure at these points, it will have the same distance. So such two lines whose perpendicular distance is same anywhere you measure are also called as parallel lines. Okay, so that is also one of the definition for parallel lines. So right now here you will be just looking at parallel lines are such lines which never ever intersect each other. Okay, and the next one is perpendicular lines. Again, from the name you can tell two lines which are intersecting each other at right angles. See, these two lines, they are intersecting each other, isn't it? And the angle formed there is a right angle. So which says perpendicular lines are two lines. Are they intersecting? Yes, they are intersecting. But how they are intersecting in this case? Are they intersecting at right angles? I don't know. I have just drawn two lines and I have made them intersecting. But whether they are intersecting at right angles or not, that is not the question. Just the two lines intersecting are called as intersecting lines. Whereas in case of a perpendicular line, the two lines has to intersect at right angles. Okay, so they have to intersect at right angles. Then only they will be called as perpendicular lines. So these are the basic geometrical definitions which you will be which you already know. I have just done a recap of it. So plane, set of all points, then point, then line segment, then ray, angle, intersecting lines, parallel lines, and perpendicular lines. Okay. So now let us see what are the different types of angles. Right. Now, as I have told you, what is an angle? An angle is formed whenever two rays are originating from one endpoint, isn't it? Or it could also be said when two rays have one endpoint, they are called as angles. Now let us see what are the different types of angles. Types of angles means it will be based on their measure. Now what is a measure? See, in this figure I have drawn an angle. Now whatever is the degree of this angle, degree or measure, it is depending upon that you will be classifying the angles into different types. So instead of writing measure, let us write based on degree. As you know, if I say 30-degree angle or 90-degree angle or say 170-degree angle, so these are the measures of the angle. So depending upon their measures, the angles are classified into various types. So the first one is an acute angle. Okay, so based on the degree, what is the criteria? Suppose x is my angle. If I name it as x, this angle as x, so what should be the value of x? The value of x should be, it should be greater than 0 degree, definitely, whereas it should be less than 90 degree. So any angle which falls in this range where x is greater than 0 degree but less than 90 degree, then such angle is called as acute angle. Okay, next one, right angle. Okay, so which angle is called as right angle? If the value of x is 90 degree, not less, not greater, complete 90 degree. So the figure of it would be when you draw a right angle. So the measure of this is 90 degree, and we usually denote 90 degree angle by a square kind of thing, right? So the second type, right angle, whose measure is 90 degree. Third angle, yes, what is a third angle? It is an obtuse angle. Again, an angle whose range falls between, now if it is less than 90, I call it acute. If it is equal to 90, I call it right angle. So in here it should be definitely greater than 90 degree, but less than what? Less than 180 degree. Okay, so an angle whose value is greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree, it is called an obtuse angle. See, nowhere I have written it equal to. Okay, so nowhere I have written it as equal to. Okay, so I have written it greater than or less than, which means, because if I make out here equal to, so it will be categorized as a right angle triangle, isn't it? And even any angle cannot be an angle of 0 degree. It has to be some value greater than 0. Okay, so even these signs are also important, so please pay attention to them. So what is an obtuse angle? An angle whose measure is greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. So what will be an angle of 180 degree called? It is called a straight angle whose measure is equal to 180 degree. Okay, so its figure would be a straight line because this measure of this complete angle is 180 degree, right? Next one, it is an reflex angle. See, I am going according to the order. First it was 0 to 90, then equal to 90, then greater than 90, less than 180, then equal to 180. So what could be the value out here? It will be greater than 180 but less than what? Yes, it should be less than 360 degree. So how will I draw this figure, or how will I know where is the value of x? See, for the same figure I am drawing this angle, which the angle which I had drawn for acute angle, but here x will be what value? In this case x was the value taken the inside of the angle, but here whenever you are measuring the reflex angle, it will be the angle on the outer side. Okay, so this will be your value of x. And how will you measure? Yes, if this is your angle, say 30 degree, this outer angle reflex angle will be 360 minus 30. Now why it is called, why we are doing it 360 minus 30? Yes, see, an angle formed at any point is equal to 360 degree. What am I saying? Yes, what does it mean? Suppose I take a point. So the angle, this complete angle, if I measure, it is actually equal to 360 degree. Right? So angle formed at a point is equal to 360 degree. So whenever I am drawing an angle like this, sorry, just I am writing it as 30 degree. So this complete angle is actually 360 degree. So if my reflex angle I have to measure, it will be the angle whose measure is this one. So from this point to this point. And how will I measure this? If the complete angle is 360 degree and I have to find the value of this angle, definitely I will subtract 30 from this, and what I will get? I will get 330. So what is the reflex angle for that figure? It is 330 degree. And hence reflex angle is an angle whose value falls in what range? Greater than 180 and less than 360. Okay. And as I have just now told you, the angle formed at a point is called 360 degree. That becomes your sixth type of angle, which is an complete angle. So what is an complete angle? An angle whose value is 360 degree. Okay, so an angle whose value is 360 degree is called a complete angle. And how do you measure it then? Yes, what could be the figure of it? So this complete angle, from the starting point and end point, they will be the same. So that complete angle is called as 360 degree angle. Also, the last angle is zero angle. So what could be the value of zero angle? 0 degree, right? So zero angle, that is the figure. Understood? What are the different types? Acute angle falling between 0 to 90, right angle equal to 90. After that comes the obtuse angle falling between 90 to 180. Then comes the straight angle equal to 180. Then the reflex angle greater than 180, less than 360. And the next one is complete angle whose value is 360, and zero angle whose value is 0 degree. So these are the different types of the angle based on the degree. Okay.